Okay, so are you ready to dive into a story that really makes you think about fame and accountability in the age of the internet?
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking about Joe Exotic,
Right.
or should we say Joseph Maldonado-Passage?
Yeah.
You know, the Tiger King who's traded his zoo for a prison cell?
Yeah.
You wanted to know what he's up to now, and let me tell you, life behind bars hasn't exactly tamed this tiger.
Yeah. It's fascinating how even behind bars, Maldonado-Passage manages to stay surprisingly relevant.
Right.
You'd think a 21-year sentence for animal abuse and a murder-for-hire plot would keep someone out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
But in the age of the internet, perhaps not.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling to think he's serving time for those serious charges, yet
Yeah.
still manages to make headlines.
Yeah, and that's where the story takes an unexpected turn. The Bureau of Prisons actually grants certain inmates computer access. While it might seem strange at first glance,
Yeah.
it does make you consider how modern prison systems are adapting to the digital age
Right.
and how this access might impact rehabilitation.
It's a far cry from the image of isolation we often associate with prison.
Yeah?
But this access in Maldonado-Passage's case translates into some pretty unorthodox activities.
Right.
A presidential campaign, for instance, from prison.
Yeah, his 2024 presidential campaign launched from a prison cell seems less about genuine political ambition.
Right.
I mean, he can't even vote after all.
Yeah.
And more about manipulating the very system that incarcerated him to maintain his grip on the public's attention.
So it's all calculated.
Yeah.
And he's not just dipping his toes into the political water.
Right.
He even participated in a streamed debate with Destiny about former President Trump, all while incarcerated.
Wow.
It's a calculated move to stay relevant, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And this desire for relevance might explain his foray into another unexpected realm.
Okay.
Gaming. This is where we see Maldonado-Passage tap into a completely different audience.
Right. Who could have predicted Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, would add gamer to his resume?
Right. And not just any gamer.
Yeah.
He did a Fortnite stream with YouTuber Connor Eats Pants.
Wow.
Talk about reaching a new generation.
Wow.
It's a whole different level of visibility.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
But just like his time running the zoo, things don't always go according to plan.
Yeah, what happened?
The stream quickly went south.
Oh, really?
An argument erupted between the two
Hey,
about
what else? Let me guess, animals.
Exotic's treatment of animals.
Yeah, figures.
It culminated in a dramatic, very public exit as Exotic ended the stream abruptly.
Oh, wow. So he's still got that temper.
Yeah.
But it brings up some interesting questions about platforms and accountability.
Right.
Yeah.
This blurring of lines between entertainment and exploitation naturally evokes a spectrum of reactions.
Yeah.
Some see Joe Exotic's antics as a harmless distraction, while others view his continued platform as a blatant disregard for the justice system and the gravity of his crimes.
It makes you wonder where we draw the line. Is giving someone like him access to these platforms, even for entertainment, ultimately giving him what he craves,
Right.
attention?
Exactly. And what does that say about us as consumers of this content?
Right. Are we encouraging this type of behavior?
It's a complex issue with no easy answers. On one hand, everyone has a right to express themselves,
Right.
even those who've made mistakes.
Sure.
But on the other hand, we have to consider the victims and the message this sends about the consequences of illegal actions.
So it's a delicate balance.
It is.
And the public reaction to all of this really highlights that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it really does. There's a real dichotomy of opinions surrounding Joe Exotic.
Right.
Some people find his antics entertaining, even refreshing in a world that often feels overly serious.
It's almost like watching a train wreck. You can't look away, even if you know you should.
Exactly. But for others, it's upsetting. They see his continued presence in the media as a slap in the face to those he harmed and a disregard for the justice system.
So we're left grappling with this very strange situation where a man convicted of serious crimes is simultaneously a source of entertainment and controversy, all amplified by the very technology that's meant to connect us.
And this is where Maldonado-Passage's story transcends the individual and forces us to examine the broader implications of the internet age.
Okay.
His case raises a crucial question. What does it mean to be a public figure in a world where anyone with an internet connection can garner a following?
Yeah, it's a far cry from the days when public figures were carefully cultivated personalities, often with teams managing their image. Now someone can become infamous overnight and hold on to that notoriety even from behind bars.
And it makes you wonder what that means for accountability. If someone can commit serious crimes, yet still cultivate a loyal following online, Are we in some ways enabling their behavior by participating in the spectacle?
It's a really good question.
It's a question without an easy answer.
It certainly is. This deep dive into Joe Exotic's current activities has been anything but predictable, it seems, even from prison. He still has the power to fascinate, infuriate, and make us question the very nature of fame, accountability, and the internet's influence on it all.
You've hit the nail on the head. The Joe Exotic saga is a bizarre, often uncomfortable reflection of our complex relationship with fame and notoriety in the digital age.
It really leaves you with a lot to think about what happens when someone can so effectively manipulate the system, even from within its confines. It's a question we'll likely be wrestling with long after this episode ends.